Peace family, Will Roundtree here, and today I'm going to talk to you about how I use credit cards to make money without money. That's right, you heard me correctly. How I use these. These are my credit cards. This is actually one of my books, and I like to call this my bank. And in this bank are nothing but credit cards, from personal credit cards to business credit cards to credit cards for my business lines of credit and etc. Because one of the things that a lot of people have a hard time of grasping the concept of is, Will, how can you take debt to make money? Most people don't understand the different debt structures. That's right, there's actually 3 different debt structures. You have what's called unsecured debt. This is where you have debt that really pretty much makes you no money. This is your primary home, your car, and different things like that. Now, those things can make you money, but for most people, they don't. Then you have what is called restructured debt. This is where someone may have to file bankruptcy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Will, bankruptcy is bad. Bankruptcy is only bad when you're filing it for no reason. Bankruptcy is only bad when you're filing it for that late credit card payment. That's right, that actually happens. Bankruptcy is only bad when you file it because you thought you could bankrupt your student loan debt. No, you can't. I don't care what that attorney told you. He's just trying to get the $1,200 out of your pocket. Restructured debt is when you're trying to protect your assets. And a lot of times your assets is your income. But how debt, or i.e. credit cards, can make you money is by understanding structured debt. Me personally, when I'm ready to make an investment, whether it's in business, whether it's in real estate, whether it's in stocks, whether it's in crypto, anything that can potentially make me money, I'm going to use actual debt. See, most people utilize credit cards to go on vacations, to go on trips, go to happy hour, and basically just live their everyday life. But when you understand how debt can actually make you money without using any of your own money out of your pocket or your bank account, you start to understand the power of leveraging credit or leveraging debt. Because most people don't understand that concept, they think they have to save money. Now, you can, but I teach a lot of the people who I work with to utilize your cash for in case of emergency break glass type of situations. Let's take 2 individuals. One person who has no money, and the other person who has a good job and they're looking to get into their first investment property. Well, both individuals are looking to both invest in real estate. Take person A, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna build up my credit. So we're gonna build up that person's credit. We're gonna help them set up a business, and we're gonna go out there and secure them a bunch of debts. That's right, debt can make you millions. And really that's i.e. credit in the form of personal credit cards, business lines of credit, installment loans. There's different types of debt, i.e. credit, that you can leverage. Then you take the person B who says, you know what, I'm gonna save my down payment for my investment property. I'm gonna save to start that business. I'm gonna save for whatever their end goal is. Now, here's the difference with the person A versus person B. Person A, here's some of the benefits of why people like to use debt. For one, as long as I have great credit, I can show proof of income, I have my business entity intact, I'm bank compliant, and all of the other data points and metrics that is needed to get approved from that particular bank. I can go to as many banks in North America and apply for credit. I can get multiple approvals. Now, let's say that process takes me 1 week to do because all of the other data points are in place. I'm able to get $50,000 in a week. How long would it take person B to be able to save $50,000? For most individuals, never in a lifetime. Well, let's take the average person's salary. Average salary is anywhere between $35,000 and $55,000. After you add in expenses, after you add in inflation, after you add in taxes, the average person doesn't even have enough money left at the end of the month to be able to save $50,000. Then we can take statistically that 55% of African American households have less than $500 in savings. So how is it even applicable to save $50,000? Person A already has a head start because they understand the power of debt. Now, let's just say you are able to save $50,000 in the bank. Here's what's gonna happen. 1, how long can you even let $50,000 sit in the bank? It's like having that $100 bill in your pocket. Once you break it for that that 25-cent gum, you're gonna just go through it. And by the time you get home, you left the house with 100, but you come home with 100 pennies. That's the exact same thing that's gonna happen when you have that 50,000 in your bank account. You start pinching off of it. You start living off of it. Let alone the bank fees, the transaction fees. You can't even get access to the full 50,000 from the bank without setting an appointment, because some banks don't even hold that much cash on premises. A ton of different reasons why sometimes having 50,000 in a bank, it's not even applicable, and you don't truly have 50,000 at the end of the month just after the fees they charge you for holding your money in that bank. Going back to person A, because I'm able to use debt, you don't pay taxes on it. As I mentioned, in 7 days, I went to several banks and I got 50,000 worth of credit. And so now I don't pay taxes on it. Secondly, once I use it and pay it back, that 50,000 is available again. Getting into the actual topic of this video, how I use my credit cards to make money without money. See, person A, let's say they had no money, but because they had great credit, because they had a business in place, because their business was bank compliant, because they met all of the data points, because they met all of the business metrics to get approved, because they were personally mentored by me. I'm the king of understanding leveraging credit. They were able to go through the cheat code or understand the cheat code of how to get access to, as I call it, credit or debt to be able to invest in that income producing asset. Fast forwarding to understanding how I'm able to build a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio, how I'm able to build several 7-figure businesses, all with using my credit and never using a dime of my own money. So imagine being able to have multiple entities, going to the bank and getting multiple lines of credit, multiple credit cards, and now being able to invest in a piece of real estate, invest in a business. And so let me give you an example. So let's say there's a property for $100,000. I'm going to go and use my bank and pull what are called the soft costs. So whether that's your down payment, your closing costs, your appraisal costs, and etc. Typically with an income producing investment property, you're going to need about 20% down for $100,000. Then after closing costs and inspection fees and appraisal fees, let's say you need about $25,000 on a $100,000 property, because again, you need 20% down, and then of course your other costs. I have a line of credit, or I have several lines of credit that I'm actually able to withdraw from. So I'm going to go and get that $25,000. Now again, I'm pulling it from my credit. I didn't take it from my bank account. Let's say I don't even have personal money in my bank account. So I'm going to take that, invest it into a property. The bank is going to cover the acquisition cost for the other 80%. But here's the thing, and why people don't understand wealth building strategies. That $100,000 property is paying me rental income every single month of $1,000. So that $1,000 is not only going to cover the cost of the soft cost from the debt, but it's also going to cover the mortgage, which is also debt. But then it's also giving me a percentage or a return on my money every single month, where I'm walking away with $200, $300, maybe $300 to $400 a month. So I'm actually net positive every single month, even though I use debt. And that strategy is applicable in multiple different scenarios. Let's say you're looking to grow your marketing and you need to spend an average of $3,000 per month. Your average ticket price is, let's say, $1,000. Now, a good marketing campaign, you want it to run at least 90 days. So if we take $3,000 over the course of 90 days, which is 3 months, that is $9,000. You set aside that $9,000 that you're taking from your debt, which is tax-free. And let's say that $9,000 cost you $150 a month, okay? Don't quote me on the actual numbers. I'm just throwing some numbers out there, but you get the drift, okay? Now, your average ticket price is $1,000. It costs you $9,000 to ramp up for that 90 days. So now, for every single client that you convert out of that $9,000 from that 90 days of your marketing campaign, it's already serviced the debt. So now you only need 9 customers or 9 products sold or 9 services sold that you sell to be able to service that debt in full. And now that money replenishes. And I may be a brand new startup and have no money in the bank. So imagine not having any money in the bank and you're looking to be a new investor from a real estate standpoint. Imagine having little to no money in the bank and you want to buy into a business that's already making money. This is why wealthy people understand the strategy or concept of leveraging debt, again, which is tax-free, to be able to invest and then be able to understand, once you know what your return on investment for every dollar you spend or what the multiplier is for every dollar spent, that makes it easier for you to be able to ramp up. And then all you have to do is duplicate that strategy multiple times in multiple industries, multiply the dollar amount that you want to spend. And as long as you're getting a positive return on your investment, I'm going to use as much debt as possible to grow my real estate portfolio, to grow my business, to invest in more companies, to invest in stocks or crypto or whatever is popular at that particular time. But more importantly, I'm going to do my due diligence before I do that, and definitely make sure I consult a professional. So hopefully you've learned a strategy or two on how to take your credit cards to make money without having no money in the bank. The power is understanding structured debt. The power is understanding that debt is tax-free. But more importantly, you can take that information and go out there and be able to create a positive return on investment, thus truly creating generational wealth. So family, I appreciate you learning this information and going on this journey with me. If you would like to know more, please make sure that you comment, share, that you follow, and make sure that you check out all my other videos, because if you're not in position of having great credit to even put these strategies into play, you can reach out to my team or see the link in the bio to get more information about improving and going through our credit optimization program. But until then, I'll see you at the top. Peace.